Morning guys, I'm really sorry that I didn't manage to get a video up yesterday. I was extremely busy and I just didn't have time really. So I thought I would just do a video now. What I'm going to talk, I hope before I talk, I hope everybody's okay and feeling fantastic and have had a good day and a half, or if you haven't had a good day and a half, I hope you learn from it, okay? Right, okay, what I want to talk to you today is about manipulative behaviours. Okay, and you will notice these in other people, but I want you to know if you notice them in yourself too. Okay, so it's about looking really at how you get what you want from life. Okay, because it all comes from that more than thinking or the worse than thinking. All right, so it's all about you looking at that inner diamond, working on that inner core, and looking at how you actually communicate. Okay, because the you and I are all just mirror reflections, as I said in the past. All right. Okay, so manipulative, controlling behaviors. All right. So number one, all right, the victim. You know, the person who plays the poor me mentality. All right, someone who is always worse than you. If you have got a little cut on your finger, they have got a gash on their leg that needs stitches. Okay, if you literally have grey hair come in, they have got a white head of hair. You know, they are always worse than you. All right, so basically when you've got somebody, they play on like this, they play on your niceness. Okay, they make out that they're not as strong as who you are. All right, and someone who is loving, supportive and caring and giving, you know, this is an easy catch for someone who applies these manipulative, controlling behaviour of the victim, the poor me. All right, so basically it's not that easy to recognise at first, especially if you were a very caring, loving person. But when you recognise it, okay, you become like a fish on a hook, all right? Because you'll start feeling this frustration and something doesn't fit, you know? When you're around this person who's needy, playing on your niceness to get their needs met, all right? So basically, when you recognise this, all right, you know you're being manipulated. You know that person is manipulating you, okay, with their controlling behavior and the needy, poor me, love me, I'm not strong as you, I'm weak, you know. But it's your responsibility to change it, okay? The person who has that issue that comes from the victim mentality is for them to work on. But if you allow it, it is your responsibility, okay? It is your responsibility to take hold of that and think, well, you know, at the end of the day, you can do this on your own. I'm going to give you an example of an absolutely amazing soul that I have been privileged to have in my world, in different capacities, okay? Now, this beautiful, wonderful, amazing human being, okay? And you know who you are, and you know instantly when I start talking, right? She has very limited use of her legs. Well, she can't walk, she's in a chair. She has very limited use of her hands, and she can just use the two fingers really to control her wheelchair. And she actually writes with a pen, writes with a mouse, okay? Now, what I learned from this amazing human being was that people are capable of absolutely anything, okay, when they find this amazing core within them and they realise that they can do whatever they want to. Life can knock them down, but they will literally get back up, okay, and they will keep going and going and going to prove that life is, people are wrong, you know. Yes, you were restricted. Yes, you were restricted by certain things, but you develop other skills, okay, within the core of who you are to actually get it. So when someone is playing the victim, the poor me, oh, I'm too weak, you are not doing them any favours, okay? And you're certainly not shining your own diamond if you keep allowing that person to manipulate you in that way, all right? So that is the first sort of thing really with the victim, the poor me manipulation that comes about within the controlling aspect of behaviours, all right? So the second one I want to talk to you about is the overly nice, okay? The loving you manipulation, all right? Put my hand up. I've been guilty of this one. You know, I have certainly been guilty of this one, all right? And, you know, you sort of, I will love you more if you do this for me, you know? I will, you know, sort of literally do, I will be so nice, I will do this for you, I will do that for you, you know, if you do this for me, all right? So basically, the overly nice, loving manipulation will always end with an if you will. All right. So if somebody is giving you a lot of love and attention, or, you know, even sexual favors, you know, if you're in a relationship, it's manipulation, guys. All right. It is manipulation. It's about control. And okay, you know, teenagers will do it. Mom, I'll do the dishes, you know, if you will, if I can have, you know, it'll always end with an if I can. All right. So when you hear that if I can, you are being manipulated. All right. And okay, this one, because you both get something from it. All right, you know, and it is like a little bit of a reward if you do this one particular thing. But there'll come a time where, you know, no matter how much love and how much this one person will do for you, if you do that, you won't want that. All right, and what will happen then is the person will try another tactic. Okay, will try another different approach, because that overly loving, please, I will do this if you will do that, you know. And like I said, put my two hands up. This was one of the behaviours that I actually did for a long, long time, you know, and it wasn't until I identified it, and even when I identified it, I'd still do it now and again, you know, to get my own way, you know. Hey ho, I'm human, and there's human error, okay? But this is something, are you overly loving to get your own way? You know, what do you do, all right? Do you offer something really nice so you can have something back, okay? That's manipulation. So when you identify that you're being manipulated this way, all right, you take responsibility for it, all right? And remember, always remember, the person who is sort of displaying these behaviours to you as a way to control you, they have to work on their own diamond, all right? You have to work on yours. Let them worry about their diamond. You work on yours, okay? So are you liking the fact that someone is manipulating and controlling you by being overly loving and being nice and doing this for you and doing that for you, and then they can have what they want, okay? Or are you getting fed up of it? Because chances are you will eventually get really quite fed up of it, all right? Right, so that's the second sort of manipulative, controlling behaviour I want you to think about. The third one, okay, now this is the hard one, this is the tough one, this is where the domestic abuse and all the other nasty stuff will come into play, all right? It's the being nasty and vile manipulation, okay? Making threats, okay? So this is another form of control, all right? So it's all the name calling, it's all the threats, the harm that they are going to do. It's the verbal vomit that will just, you know, come out of this person when they are out of control, and they will try and control you, okay? It's about placing fear and dread in you as a person. And, you know, I'm not going to go really into the stuff with domestic abuse, because it's a slow, slow process that you're not even aware that you will becoming manipulated and being controlled, because it's all domestic abuse is all down to control at the end of the day, all right? Someone who is out of control within themselves that has to control another to feel that they are good enough. All right, but again, I'm not going to go into that now. I'm going to stay just on these manipulative behaviours that I want you to start looking at within yourselves. Right, okay, so the name calling and stuff like that. If you find yourself in the company of somebody like this, you know, try and avoid contact, you know, and try and stay away from that person as much as you can. Because if somebody is just being verbally vile, causing threats of harm and the rest of it, they don't deserve you in their world, okay? Simple as, all right? They don't. Right? Yes, okay, we all have sort of loose tempers and stuff like that, and we all get in a place where we can't cope with life ourselves. But someone who's consistently being nasty and vile and just manipulating you through pure fear and a threat for your own life and your own existence, they need to go. But I'll talk about that in a lot more depth in another video, all right? But that's just another way that someone will control you, all right? And the last one I want to talk about is the aloof, okay? They're not interested. Right, so you want to do something for someone, and that person, all right, that person then will no longer want to play. I'm not going to love you anymore. No, I'm not interested. I don't even want to talk to you. I am not going out. No, 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 I am not doing anything because you won't do X, Y, and Z. All right, so that's aloof, guys. I know a lot of you have asked me to sort of not use long words and stuff, and even if I do, I'll try and explain, you know, what that word means, all right? But take responsibility for that yourself as well. If you don't understand a word that I'm saying, go and have a look in a dictionary. Google it. Google it. Google's wonderful, okay? So the aloof way of manipulation. Somebody just isn't interested in anything you have to say. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you anymore because you're just not doing what I want you to do for me. It's control, guys. all right? It is literally control, and they have no control over their life. They are not working from their good enough within, right? So they have to control you, all right? Now, all these different types of manipulative behaviours, as far as us as individual human beings go, can feel very much claustrophobic, okay? Because it's almost as if they are clipping your wings, all right? They don't want you to fly, right? They don't want you to experience life by being who you are, the wonderful human being that you are. They want you to experience life because you in their world makes them feel better, all right? They don't trust themselves enough to do things on their own, all right? So this is what it's all about, really. It's almost as if someone will try and clip your wings, put you in a cage and lock it and throw away the key, all right? Because they want to keep you, because they are getting some kind of vibrational energy from you, all right? And you are allowing that. All right, so what I want you to do, anyone that finds themselves in a manipulative, controlling situation with people, take responsibility, okay? Take responsibility for yourself. You are allowing that to happen to you, all right? And if yourself, right, find yourself manipulating another person with these controlling behaviours, take responsibility for that for yourself as well. Because on both accounts, you're both individually damaging yourselves, all right? Staying in situations where you've got someone that is really controlling, all right, and actually controlling. They're both very negative, very low vibrations, okay, as a way of being and living in the world. And it certainly isn't coming from that core of that good enough, wonderful, amazing place that every single one of us has. So you're going to need to polish up that part of yourself if you're identifying anything like that, all right? So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, okay? Yes, okay, people who are manipulative and controlling, sometimes it can escalate, and it can become into, you know, that sort of fear and dread, that nasty and vile manipulation that can escalate into severe sort of domestic abuse, okay? But they are all different aspects of manipulative behaviours. So what I want you to do is think about who around you uses these forms of control, all right? And what are you doing within yourself when you find yourself and identify, all right, that these aspects of controls, these behaviours are influencing your life, all right? So that's basically what I wanted to say to you this morning. It's actually not this morning, it's mid-afternoon, but I'm just giving you a quick video, and an apology really that I didn't actually get anything up there yesterday. And I want to say a wonderful, amazing thank you just for being in my world, to the wonderful, adoring, she's more than a diamond, this one, honestly. She was put here for a purpose. She really was. We all were, but this one has got an amazing journey ahead, you know, and she knows who you are, you know, and I absolutely love you, all right? You are amazing, and thank you for being and sharing part of my world. Right, okay, guys, I'm going to say goodbye now. I'll probably do a video later on. I'm off for a few days, so I'll probably have a bit more time to sort of do this stuff now. And, oh, somebody's coming through the door. So somebody's coming through the door. So I'm going to say goodbye anyway, all right? But I'm around for a few more days now, so I'll probably do a few more videos. So I'm going to say lots of love. Love to you all, okay? You were wonderful, you were amazing, and the core of you is absolutely precious. So keep polishing that diamond, guys, all right? Speak to you soon. Bye.